Hey there. Welcome to another one of these adventures with me out here under the tarp. What are we doing today? We're cooking up something. We're cooking up what I'm calling a BID. Black iron dessert. Hang around for a little while. Let's see how it turns out. I'm going to lift the lid on this number 10 and show you what we got going on in here. I can't flip it or it's going to make a mess, and I don't need another mess to deal with. But what we've got, I made up a batter, and in that batter I've got 2 cups of plain white flour. I put in that white flour, those 2 cups, I put about 1/2 cup of sugar. I put a good teaspoon of cinnamon. I put about 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, and there's 1/2 teaspoon of something else that I put in there. I put 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. There's about 1 teaspoon of salt in there, and about 1 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking soda, baking powder, because I wanted to give it a little bit of lift, but I didn't want it to just really puff up like a biscuit. Now, in that batter, I put, there was a quart jar of pears, canned pears, that we had canned, I believe it was last fall or last summer. And then I also added a can of peaches, the store-bought 15-ounce can of peaches, and on top I've got there's about 1/2 stick of butter on the top. And we're going to get the lid on this. We're going to get it on get the coals on it and get it to cook. Let's sneak a peek and see what's going on inside this number 10. Give that lid just to get it balanced. Yeah, come on now. That's close enough. Alright, people. That's looking good. Let's put the lid back on there and let it continue a little longer. Not only is it looking good, that is really smelling good. I want to stick this thing and see how my stick comes out. Get that balance point so I don't dump ashes in there. My goodness, that sure does look good, folks. Yes, indeed. My goodness. How does it taste? Well, let's try that out. I know it it came out texture-wise about like I wanted. It's plenty moist, but it's fully cooked. Something like I don't know what you would call this. You might call it a cobbler, you might call it a dump cake. I don't care what you call it by name. Huh. That's pretty tasty, folks. My goodness. I believe the queen of the cabin is going to enjoy this. You know, if you've got a really, if you've got a bad sweet tooth, You might want to put more than a half a cup of sugar in here, but for our taste, a half a cup of sugar, that's plenty enough. My goodness. How long did it cook? I didn't check my watch, but judging by the extent that the coals were burned down, it was better than an hour. Probably close to an hour and a half. Man alive. That's good groceries, folks. If you're not into cast iron cooking, go to Bass Pro or someplace that sells Lodge cast iron cookware. Find better than Bass Pro. Find your little mom and pop hardware store that handles it. They may charge you a few dollars more, but they need that few dollars a lot more than Bass Pro Shop does. Buy you a number 10 cast iron campfire Dutch oven and start playing with it. You'll be surprised what kind of meals you can prepare, what kind of meals you can prepare in it, what kind of desserts you can prepare in it. If you can bake it in an oven, you can bake it in a cast iron campfire Dutch oven. Appreciate you hanging around with me. I'm going to shut this camera off and I'm going to finish eating this bowl of good. I'll see you on the next one, folks.